Yo, what's going on, y'all? We back with episode 7 of Making a Right Play podcast. It's your host, Freddie B. You know I'm with my guys again, man. I got my dog DT with me. I got my boy G Clark with me, man. We here to give y'all this energy, man, and hit these topics today, man. And so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. DT, any words for us before we get this show going, man?
Hey, man, just eager to get the show started today. Just want to thank everybody that's been coming along for this journey. Thanks for the feedback, the comments, and everything. And, hey, let's just continue to roll, man.
Yes, sir, DT. Appreciate you, bro. G Clark, well, what's going on? Set us off right, brother.
Derek said mostly everything, continue to support and, ready to get the show on the road and, let's get it started.
Let's get it started, y'all. So again, I'm just gonna say, continue to like, share, subscribe, follow. We appreciate all the support. All right. Our biggest thing is that we're gonna make sure we stay consistent, get out new content for you guys, and we just want you guys to follow along with this journey, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and get this episode started here, guys. And we're gonna just start with the first game of the NBA Finals, but we also got the second game tonight. So this is what we'll do. Let me know a little bit about what you thought about the first game, and then who you think taking game 2 tonight.
DG.
DT, we can start with you, brother.
Yeah, first game, like I said, I felt ain't no way the Pacers should have won that first game. 20 turnovers in the first quarter. I mean, it's just that don't happen. 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. I meant the 20 turnovers was in the first half. 14 points in the fourth quarter. Ain't no way they should have won that game. But like your boy, what the Hallie say, they don't stop playing until the end of the clock. Like, he didn't have a good night as a player, but I felt the Pacers was on the boards heavy with their numbers. They was rebounding the ball, but I mean, when you got a clutch vein like somebody I know, hey, the ball, you want the ball. That's just you got that clutch gene in you, and we got a guy from Ohio that he's that same type of guy. He can kill you in many ways. So, but I'm rolling with Andy here, like I said before, because it was close to the Midwest. I think this game here tonight, the MVP comes out and he makes the series 1-1. OKC get this win, because they don't want to lose this when they have to go back to Indiana. So I got OKC getting the win tonight.
That definitely, DT. Appreciate that, man. And G, what you thinking, man, about that first game, man? Who you taking tonight, brother?
I'll tell you, the first game was pretty much dominated by the Thunder. I think they gave that game away. Pretty much could have closed them out. Could have beat them by at least 25, I think, if they would have kept their foot on the gas. Chet had a bad shooting night, which, those things happen. The moment might have been too big or whatever. But shout out to the Pacers coming back. Still in game 1 in Oklahoma. It's a tough place to win a game. But like I said, I have picked, the Pacers to win. But I know the Thunder is the better team. So, but the coaching, I'm a huge fan of Rick Carlisle. I keep going back to that. This guy been one of the most consistent coaches, I say, for the past 15 years in the NBA. His timeouts, his plays out the timeouts, and you can probably go back to Dallas. All his teams play hard, and he always had guys that stepped up in big moments. And that was a big moment for game 1. A guy like Derek said, Halliburton, he ain't had the best of games, but guess what? He came through for his team when it needed. And that's what guys do in the playoffs and finals. And that's how you make a name. A la Reggie Miller. Pushed off Mike, hit clutch threes, choking at Madison Square Gardens. So that was a huge win for the Pacers moving forward. But like Derek said, I do think the Thunder gonna make it even tonight. And I think Shea probably not gonna let that happen again. And they had, the team meeting like, y'all, we let that go. But I do think the Thunder will win this game. But if not, I think the ratings will go high. It will be high if they go down 0-2 going into Indy. Because everybody going to look and see what the Thunder can do by being the favorites in somebody else's arena. Not saying they can't because they win in Denver. But it will be interesting.
Hey man, that's a great take, G. Because I'm definitely I saw what Rick Carlisle was talking to the team at halftime, and he said, "Listen, I love what we doing. You know, we got to stop the turnovers, but we shooting the right shots. We know that they gonna fall. We are NBA players. You know what thing I thought about too over the weekend, right? Anybody that's played in a tournament, right? When you get to that final game, it's all about resilience at that point. You know what I mean? It's all about who got enough left in the tank to take over and take advantage of those
Yeah,
plays, the charges, the rebounds. You know what I mean? Getting that, just the little things that's gonna take you up. Like I said, you had I think 3 or 4 different people in double digits rebounds, right? Halliburton, he didn't get 10 assists, but he had 10 rebounds. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He had a double
yeah,
in that area. Miles Turner he averaged about 4 rebounds last play. I mean against the series against the Knicks, he had 9 rebounds. Pascal had 10. Neesmith had 12. So you gotta get it where you gotta get it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And what happens is like the end of the day is listen. The problem I've seen so many funny things, but it's kind of like with the Pacers, they get better later. You know what I mean? Like, for example, right? People used to say all about Ben Roethlisberger. They say he was fast, but he started off fast and got faster when he started running. When he started picking up a lot of speed. It's kind of like a locomotion, right? A train. You know what I mean? It starts off, then it starts getting faster. That's the pace.
yeah.
They get better and better when the heat is on, and they got a guy they can lean on. But I think we talked about this. There's no way I'm letting Halliburton shoot that last shot. I am done. Listen, the coach, he had a brain fart over there. His adjustment in that last, because I had a timeout before he got that ball. Let's remember, it was a timeout. First thing I would have said is that Wallace, say we doubling Halliburton. If Pascal hit it, if Nembhard hit that thing, we gonna have to live with it. We're not letting that man get that ball back. You know what I mean? And so, from that situation, the Pacers won a big game one. A little bit of the pressure is off because we got one at OKC. Regardless if they lose tonight, we won and won, and we get to come back home to an underrated home court advantage. The Pacers, man, come on, they've been showing up. I seen Rick Smits. Reggie been commentating. All the legends. You know what I mean? That's been
Yeah.
Thaddeus Young, Lance Stevenson, man. Shout out to Mike Beasley too on that 101. I just want to sneak that in there real quick, man. That was
Ooh.
nasty. I know that's a whole different subject, but I did want to bring that up because we did talk about that. We all gave our opinion about who was going to win, and Beasley really took care of business, man. So shout out to Mike Beasley for winning that. I think it was 200,000, right? I think they betted another 100,000.
Yeah, 200.
So congratulations to Mike Beasley, man. But yeah, I just want to say underrated home court advantage. I think you do have a better coach than Rick Carlisle. I think you got the young boy over there. Okay, see, I think the coach is a hell of a coach. To be honest with you, I don't even know the man's name. You know what I mean? They've been the number one team in the NBA. I'm not too sure of him, so I don't want to disrespect him. But yeah, I'm thinking OKC is gonna win tonight. I think they're gonna probably win big tonight. G, like you said, if the Pacers win this game, you got to know this is going to be the most watched game 3 in a long time.
It is.
Most watched game 3 in a long time, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. Tonight, I'm just glad something is on tonight because it's kind of been, boxing and baseball. I shout out to y'all, but Reds won last night, but yeah, that's kind of
And they won today.
And they won today. Okay, cool. So, hey, shout out to the Reds, man. We gotta get that thing going, man. We gotta get that thing going, man. So, look, y'all, we gonna go ahead and transition here to state basketball, man. My boy Thibodeau fired from the Knicks, man. G, I'm gonna go ahead and let you start here, man. What you think about the firing of Thibodeau, man? And what does his future look like in the NBA or just basketball? Period.
I was a little shocked, I gotta say, because I think he did a great job, not a good job. I think he did a great job. Getting the team far, but it's things that I saw with Tom that hunts him, and that's when his rotation comes into play, and he stick with his guns. And it's good to stick with your guns, but you got to mix things up. You got to get guys breaks at times when you have big leads instead of just keeping them to secure a lead. And I think that came back and hunting. But I read something today too. I gotta add this that Nolan, the owner, he never was a fan of Thibodeau. What's his name? Leon. What's his name? The dude that was
Leon Rose.
Rose told him to give him a shot. He told him to give him a shot. I read this today to keep him. So basically, it was championship or bust. I think if he would have went to the finals, it probably would have been some, he want his guy. Who this guy is, I don't know. He might want to buy out Udoka. I'm hearing Jason Kidd. But it's a lot of candidates. But I'm just shocked that he did get fired. But from what I heard, he most likely was gone regardless. And then you got players coming out. Rick Brunson, dad, players whispering about they don't want him on the sideline no more. And moving forward, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. I would like to see who they get, because the Knicks can't go backwards no more. It's expectations for the next coach. Because if you do anything up under Tom Thibodeau, it's gonna look like they made a bad firing, really. And y'all know how the Knicks fans are. We ain't never saw that building like that. Baseline, 50, Fat Joe behind him, Joe Buttons, across, Spike Lee, Chris Rock. It was a lot of people there. So the expectations are so high in New York right now. So whoever get that job got to build on what Tom has built already. And guys trusted Tom, from what I heard. But I just think moving forward, the next guy, you got to get him to the Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals.
Yeah, definitely, Jay. You're definitely right about that. They can't. The Knicks fans are a little harsh, man. So DT, what we thinking, man? What we thinking about with Thibs, man?
Hey, the man won 51 games. Don't no coach win 51 games and get fired. Making it to the Eastern Conference Finals and get fired? No, that's like G said, it's a personal situation, probably in-house somewhere. G being connected with those boys, your Spike Lee guy, so he might have some inside source on that. But I don't see me as a coach. I won 50 games, got us to the Eastern Conference Finals. First time we ain't been there in 25 years. Like, why am I getting fired? Like, what are you expecting? So was it a championship or bust year for him? Like, what was the stipulations for the firing? I don't know. But 51 games, third best record in the Eastern Conference, and you fired. It's guys that did a whole lot worse and still got jobs and continue to get jobs. But
right.
Coaching, like it's going to be some coaches available. Like I think that San Antonio job is going to be open too. But
they already signed a guy. They keeping a guy who took Popovich's place. Not to cut you off, though. Just give you the.
The young assistant, the light-skinned kid, the light-skinned guy.
Yeah.
I think. Yep.
Yeah, because I think Mike Brown would be a good coach to go over there to New York. A basketball guy, no basketball, good.
That's a good one, Derek.
Yeah, I think Mike Brown would be a name to watch for going over there to New York. But firing a man after winning 51 games is I just want to know what was the reason behind it, So I guess somebody made the right play.
Yeah, for sure, DT. And I think that kind of go back to like what G said with Dolan. It was a couple times during the series they put the camera on Dolan and he was kind of looking a little bit frustrated, but also just because you own a team don't mean you understand basketball. You know what I mean? Like look at the owners. I'm pretty sure a lot of them didn't play. They might have played on the side, but come on, dog. They'll look like they got an athletic bone in their body, and that's just me observing from the outside in. I think this was a terrible firing. I think Thibs is a big-time basketball guy. He's tough-minded, but he is stubborn, right? We know what he did in Chicago. They got there before, right? They were winning in the playoffs too, but it's just he's not able to get over that hump. And maybe that came into play as well. Like you said, G, as well too. That might not be his guy, right? I do like Mike Brown. That's a hell of a. I didn't even think about that, but that's a hell of an option. But I think Mike Malone that's a guy right here that already got a ring. You know what I mean? It makes sense for me to bring a guy in because I know they said players didn't like him, but again, the league is soft. We dealing with these soft ass characters nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Y'all gonna complain about anybody that want to push y'all to get better. Hey, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all wouldn't be able to play for Phil. A lot of y'all, Phil was the Zen master, but if y'all getting blown out by 30, he gonna keep your ass in the game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to argue with you because I'm gonna show you how you was playing tonight. You'll be able to see it because you're down 50. I ain't even changing it. I'm like, hey, the biscuit's over. Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
I think Tom should go college. I like those type guys to be in college, man. Like literally, like not get the best program, but get a mediocre UC program, and build players up to that. it ain't always about the pros. Yes, you're gonna get that pro money because they gotta pay him $30 million still. His contract was fully guaranteed. That's a win. But they said, like I think Fred said, T told you he's a basketball junkie. All he do is basketball, basketball, basketball. So I think with him going to college, doing recruiting, he'll always be thinking, eat, sleep, drink basketball. And I think him getting different kids and developing them for the NBA, letting them know what to look out for moving forward in their career, sometimes that's your calling. That's your calling as being like a person that preparing a player, instead of leading players. You know what I'm saying? So if I was a college team, he'd be somebody that'd be high, not saying he'd take it, but I would definitely call him in for an interview.
No, and I think it would be perfect for Thibs because I don't see a future in the NBA as another head coach. You know what I mean? I don't see another unless they're to the point that they're going to break something down and they're looking to say, hey, we just need to get somebody over here to help develop or, somebody that knows what they're doing already. But this is going towards a younger coach, league right now. Because like you said, we talked about the Udokas. We talked about Missoula down there in Boston. You got the coach over at OKC. These kids are, like I said, it's a different league. And we got to get the right people in charge, man. So we want to, definitely Thibs, man. We in the future here, man. We hope to see you somewhere. Collegiate, I think would be great. The only thing is with that is that they just signed that new deal where you can pay a player $20 million. You know what I mean? NCAA just dropped the, so it's the NIL's getting even crazier now, and we dealing with more immature kids and their parents. Like let's talk about the worst situation about it is the parents, right? You know what I mean? Especially when we dealing with college because Nick Saban, that's why look all the Jay Wright, all the greats retired right before when they knew recruiting because it's different with Dion like this. He prime time, baby. Hey, I can get you the check. I'm gonna get it for you. You know what I mean? But go ahead, G.
You just said something, bro. See, this one thing about this podcast, people, we'll say some things that we don't like. A lot of people don't catch it, go over people's head. Fred just said something that I'm gonna keep my eye out for. Jay Wright to the Knicks.
Dang, Jay Wright to the Knicks. I heard that too.
I'm done. My hands up. I'm done.
Hey, DC.
Hey, Derek, wake up.
I'm not asleep.
hey, so we gonna go ahead and get to Derek Boy, man, right here, man. Your boy KD, man, Trade Destinations, man. DT, man. Tell me where your boy going this year, man. He been on vacation for the last 6 years, man. So
man, hey, he like Greg. He hot from gym to gym, man. I don't know what to say, but hey, Kevin Durant, that was my guy. But like I stated before, let the record reflect. Kevin Durant was my favorite player. Tweet jump ship over there to Golden State. Now it's like you want out of there. I've seen some things today that saying that Lakers might be a possibility. He might be with the Lakers, but I'm seeing Houston might be an option too. They said like Houston might give up that 10th pick in the draft for KD to go over there. So he got options. Wherever Kevin Durant go, I think he'll be an asset to the team because Kevin Durant's a walking bucket. But at the same time, now it's like you got to fit in a system. Like, because all these systems, you got to make sure you're getting the right people around you just to fit the system. Like, me personally, I think if I had a place to send him to, I don't know. I don't honestly, I wouldn't want to see him go to LA because I don't think that'd be good for him. But I think if he can go somewhere, I don't even know where I sent Kevin Durant. I would say New York because I was hearing that too, but Houston probably is his only option, like to have somewhere to really go. I don't think nowhere else. I mean, who needs you? I mean, of course, a lot of people need you. Maybe he go back and do what LeBron did. He might bring a ring back to Golden State. I don't know. I'll let somebody else talk about that, but that's an option too. They said he might return there. They said Draymond Green might get traded in exchange for him. I don't know. They said that's going to be part of a package deal. Draymond. Go ahead, Mr. Golden State.
No, DC, you brought up some great points, man. You actually made me think about a few things there. G, what you thinking, man?
Nah, Derek Wright, because if y'all go type in Draymond Green, he was on a Tonight Show, and he said that Laker told him that we might be getting Kevin Durant back. He's waiting on a phone call. And word was Kevin Durant said, no, I don't want to go back to Golden State. So it was true that last year Golden State did try to get Kevin Durant back, everybody. See, keeping it real. And Draymond confirmed it. The same guy who they said made the phone call after they lost to LeBron them, came back from 3-1. He the same guy that made the phone call and said, we need to get here. We can make it. We can make it fit, man. We'll take pay cuts. That is true. It's facts. Soft ass Draymond called Kevin Durant. So, and he just said that they was going to get him back. It was up to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant said no. And respectfully. So I got to give him props on that. But for him getting traded again, man, it's starting to just be common. Like what I don't like. You left Golden State, which you was a free agent, cool. You built the big three in Brooklyn. James Harden had to get away from you. Kyrie had to get away. Then you go down to Phoenix. It don't work. It only worked at one place, but I know why it worked, if you know basketball. So you want to leave now, get traded, and a team going to lose some assets. What of those assets is what you need to win a championship just because you came over there? That's your trail. People not paying attention to that. That's small details you got to pay attention to. But they said they're going to lower the trade value. So wherever you go, assets going to be there. So it seemed like to me, since we're going to say people get help, championships, they trying to help you get a championship to get your third now. Steph won again. Bron won again. You ain't won again. And that's the word. You can't win without Steph Curry. And it's showing. It ain't no hating because we are watching the game. So now they're giving you a destination between Houston, between New York, and between San Antonio. I think he really want to be in San Antonio, if you ask me. You know, he want to play with Wemby. Them two out there, ain't nobody never saw that. You know, they both soft. They ain't going to bang in the post, so they going to shoot threes and all these big, and I'm not a fan of the big man that's finessing. My big man got to be dominating in the post. So that's where I think he really want to go. And if you train for Kevin Durant and you're going to let them keep Castle, well, they got a huge chance of winning a championship.
Oh, that's a fact, G. Because that's what I was about to say. I was going to mention San Antonio. I think he's going to be in Texas. I think it's going to be Houston or it's going to be San Antonio. You know what I mean? Right. I don't think in between, because I know what Phoenix is looking to do. They're saying, "Hey, we trying to blow it all the way up, right? We realize the big three thing didn't happen, and what's happening is, again, this is what we talked about. This is what the finals is built off right now, off of Paul George being." Teams trading for so many assets that require this guy, and they're able to build their team from the ground up and get these guys. You know what I mean? The guys that they want to get. And now these teams are 7, 8, 9 guys strong. So you're right. Assets are key when we're dealing with a championship team. The number one thing also, go ahead, G.
No. Go ahead, Fred. Cook.
But also I was going to say this is that this is the thing with Kevin Durant. We got to be talking about legacy now. How do I want to be seen when the lights are off? That's what I'm a Lakers fan. He better not go to the Lakers. DT, he cannot go to the Lakers.
All would be forgiven with Derek if he go to the Lakers. He will fly to LA. I know this guy. He will backdoor and say, "Gee, I ain't gonna be at the gym Thursday. And if the Lakers playing the Clippers on a Saturday or Sunday, I bet not see you on NBC. I bet not." Sitting next to Shannon Sharp.
Hey, go ahead, DT.
I bet not see you in LA.
I don't know. Why do this guy, I'll be forgiven if he go to LA. What does that have to do with me?
Because you said that was your guy.
Yeah, but I told you I don't do the team job.
But he's going back with LeBron, and you love LeBron. That's two of your guys on the same team.
I don't love LeBron James. Quit. Let the record reflect once again. Stop it, Greg. Hey, Greg, I'm not you. I don't hop from FX to LA to Planet. I don't hop in jams. I go to one. I'm not Kevin Durant. I'm not LeBron James. I'm not Greg Clark. Y'all all got something in common. Not me. What the hell is wrong with you, man?
Hey, all will be forgiven.
Hey,
You remember you got a heart. You got a heart. You told me that.
Heartless. I'm like a Mario. I got an ice box where my heart used to be.
Next topic. Next topic.
But this is what I'm gonna finish out on. All right, y'all. So again, this goes back to legacy. You know what I mean? I think that Phoenix need to go ahead and get like we talked about Devin Booker, maybe to the Pacers or the Detroit Pistons, somewhere to get him a change of scenery. Bradley Beal, stick him over there. Make Phoenix Suns the Washington Wizards. If y'all want to rebuild and y'all want to build through the picks, it's a lot of good players out here that you guys can go try to grab. Like what I was saying with the Pacers, I like Nembhard a lot. Maybe give him a chance to go be a starting point guard somewhere in the franchise where you can.
Is he a point guard?
But he played point guard at Gonzaga, so he was a point guard at Gonzaga at college with Chet. With Chet and all them boys, so he can play the point. Now they got him playing the 2 with Tyrese because Tyrese, of course, going to play the 1. You know what I mean? But I think he can definitely play the 1 anywhere he goes. So to me, he's a point guard. You know what I mean? Because to me, he's not a scorer. He's not he can score the ball, but he's not a 2 guard. You know what I mean? Like a 2 guard to me, like what I'm saying? Like an Allen Iverson, Kyrie. Those are the guys I put into that 2 guard because they're not point guards to me. You know what I mean? They come off the pick because even with Shea, he's not a point guard to me. Shea, you know what I mean? Shea looking for his shot. Like he's a 2 guard. You know what I mean? Yep. So you start Shea at the 1, but he's really a 2. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of, and you know how the league is now. It's mixed up. They don't got the point guards we had, the Mark Jacksons. You know what I mean? Those guys that were point guards. You know what I mean? One of my favorite guys, Jamal Tinsley. Tinsley was Jameer Nelson. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are the guys I love watching. And it's so funny. These are the guys that get so much credit from the big man to from the all-stars, from the MVPs. You get these guys mentioned so much because these dudes did so much for the game. So we don't get to have that as much now. Because you even look at a Jalen Brunson. He's a 2 guard. He's not a point guard. You know what I mean? Like he's a 2 guard. You know what I'm saying? Like Allen Iverson was not a point guard. He was a 2 guard. Eric Snow played the 1, AI at the 2. Listen, he come off that head, off that wing. Listen, AI, we coming to the torch, man. You know what I mean? Hey, Aaron McKee, be ready. Yes. Be ready. You ready to shoot, but just be ready. You might get an open shot or so. So yeah, but back to Kevin Durant. Hey, it's all about legacy, big fella. How do you want to be seen when this is done, man? Because you're an emotional guy. You are one of the only guys in history that had a burner account and got caught. You're going back. DT. Hey, man. But look, y'all, we're going to go ahead and switch this topic, man. We're going to change over to football here, y'all. So we're going to stay in the sports realm, man. We're going to talk about this boy, Zack Taylor, man, Cincinnati Bengals, man, head coach, man. What can we do to change this situation in September? 4-7 in September. This is not okay. We cannot start off the year like this. I think there has been some changes because this is my first time that I see the guys really, buying in and working out and getting to it. So, DT, let's start with you since you are Bengals exec here and a number 1 scout, man. What's going on? What can we do to fix this problem?
Hey, man, it's simple. We gotta play in the preseason. I'm a guy that's investing in the Bengals. The Bengals determine my day on Sundays. Either I'm emotionally high or I'm the sad puppy. 4-7 in September is unacceptable. We can't have that. These guys got to get out there so we can have some type of chemistry, some type of time, and we're running these routes. Let's be on time week 1. Let's go up to Cleveland and beat these boys. Let's not come out flat like we've been doing like last year, the New England Patriots, like a game we should have won. I'm not coming out to these teams that I'm favored by 10, 12 points and losing to. You got to get ready in these off-season workouts. So it was a little mini camp this past week that just happened or whatever. It was actually coming up this week, the 9th, which is tomorrow. So we got that. But then you got players that you want to hold out. Like, if you really for the team, or is you really who you say you are? Like, I could understand a rookie sitting out with no contract. I don't want to go out there and get hurt. I don't know if y'all seen the field with them down there catching the fields. That field, the dirt, is all grass, all tore up. I'm not going to risk it out there. But if you under contract where you got a contract where you fully guaranteed, Trey Henderson, you need to be out there participating. All that's got to go out the window. We trying to win the Super Bowl here. I'm to the point where I feel like it's Super Bowl or bust for the Bengals right now. You got Jamar Chase, you got T. Higgins, you got the guy, Joe Burrow. You got these guys. These are weapons. Like, these are weapons. It's time to win. Like, you got to pit up or shut up. A lot of guys do talking, but everybody don't play. I sat on the bench before, Fred. Like I told you, it was a game where you get 6 quarters. When the game was over with, I still had 6. I'm not trying to be like Greg. I want to hit the field.
Hey,
That's a
G,
good point.
how you
That's
gonna
a good
follow up,
point.
man?
Nah, Derek made some good points. Silly guy, but he made some good points though. I think it is Super Bowl or bust. The expectations high, just like I was saying with the Knicks. But this ain't the Knicks. This team to me more important than them. And we got the talent here, man, to get this shit done. I'm just tired of the little knick-knack shit. Well, like Derek said, Hendricks, you signed the contract, sucker. Get in there, man. But now you want to make a point and try to blast them and say what they ain't doing. You outplayed your contract. Everybody believe you did, bro. But if they giving you an extra $12 million, what's wrong with that? Well, now you pocket watching Max Crosby. And I'm gonna say this again, like I said before. The Raiders ain't got Joe Burrow. The Raiders ain't got T. Higgins. The Raiders ain't got Jamar. And like Derek said, is you for the team, bro? Is you for the team? We trying to do something. You see my little homie? He cut his hair. My boy Burton. He cut the fro. He's spitting. He got the cinnamon spins. So everybody's on board, man. You need to get in there. You a huge piece on the defense. You would be the highest paid defensive guy on our team. Come on, man. And Zack Taylor, like Derek said, play these guys early in the preseason. Get a rhythm. Get some camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? They got paid. They here. They showing up. Zach, you need to show up, man. You need a different philosophy. Yes, you fired Lou. Well, not fired. Lou moved on. You got the defensive coordinator from Notre Dame, Golden. He got nuance. You got the young linebackers who's showing up, athletic sideline to sideline. I know they full of Lamar Jackson. So we got players that can make a difference. Everybody got to be on the same page, bro. It's 11 guys, not 5. And being there, like Derek said, at these OTAs, building early is for later. I can trust this guy. We need to trust Zach to make the right plays, make sure guys playing in the preseason. We ain't got to play the whole game. You know the rookie's going to get most of the shine. And get Stewart. Take care of that, man. Get that young boy out there. Because just in case Hendricks do sit out and get fined, we going to have Stewart in there. And then Stewart can have us like, okay, little homie doing this thing. But Derek hit on a lot of points, man. Like, we got to start early, man. And Zach, you the head of this, man. We all looking at you like, okay, last year was last year. What you going to do this year, bro? T looked ant. Jamar looked ant. And my boy Burton, that's the sleeper. Good. Man, look at Gesicki. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt. He need a bounce back here. But go ahead, Derek. I see you.
Yeah, so I'm going to say this. Friday, I will be down at the Bengals. Then they got a thing where you can go in the locker room, meet the thing, whatever. I'm going to ask Zach that for you, Greg. Ask him what he going to do different. I'm going to try to
be a groupie.
video.
I don't want you to be a groupie either. I just don't want you to be like, Jamar, come here, man. Now I'm just saying, though, I don't want you sitting in people's locker taking selfies and shit. Like, hey, y'all, look, this Jamar. This Jamar right here. Look. T, come here, T. T, my trainer said this about you. You know how you be doing, but
I'm going to tell him, listen, T, my guy T.
Watch this, Chris.
You ain't got no friend. You're trying to piss a muscle on, come see, but you got to go to management.
Come see me. Come see me, T. You look like Play-Doh. I showed you. I don't see nothing. I see this. No, you need some cat. Fred had the wife beater on, bro. Yeah.
We working. Hey, listen, this is what I'm gonna say, man. To go ahead and sum this up, because you guys, I think hit every point that we needed. So I don't really need to hit this too much, man. Zach, call the right play and make the right play. Put the guys on the field that want to give you your all. Be able to be. We're coaching effort. You give us effort on that field, I promise you, we're gonna win a lot of games. We're gonna win a lot of games this year. You know what I mean? And if we get the right people on the field, and like I said, buying in is gonna be the key for the Bengals. Everybody on the same board, and I just love what we got going right now. A lot of people improve. Look at, like you said, Gesicki, but Yoshi putting on the weight, understanding he's gonna be going across that middle. Us having 4 legit wide receivers and a tight end. P. Ryan back. The heart of the Bengals is back, dog. He came back with the Chiefs playbook. We is ready to cook, man. I'm excited, bro. I
Me
am
too.
excited, man. I love the kid from Texas Tech, the running back. I think he gonna be able to show us a little bit. And Chase Brown is coming for a Pro Bowl year. So listen, I don't see Dax Hill's back. He like this, man. God, it's time. It's just time for us to shine. DJ Turner, we healthy. Hey, who they, man? We ready, man. We ready to see y'all soon, man. And we got a special surprise for y'all too. I ain't gonna say no. I ain't told these two guys yet. Well, we game one. When we first home game, we got a special surprise for y'all, man. We got something going on. We gonna be down there, man. We gonna be down there, man. I'm just letting y'all know we gonna be down there, man. Shout out to Joe Kelly, man. We gonna be down there, man. One of the biggest tailgate in the city every year, man. Every time, man. So we gonna be down there. Come check y'all out. Icky Woods, hey, we coming,
I
man.
don't know about the biggest tailgate in the city because Bingo Jim, that dude is huge down there.
Hey,
Derek, why would you say that?
Hey,
we got you, Derek. We got you, Derek.
Hey,
I don't care about no disrespect to Bingo Jim. We got DT.
Hey, listen. That's
come on, man.
Well, all I'm gonna say is this. Cause I done met a lot of family members. Jamar Chase, that I'm just saying, Bingo Jim, cool. I'm talking about the black folk. Y'all want to come kick it? Hey, that boy. Hey, shout out to Joe Kelly. We gonna be down there, man. We probably gonna be doing our first interview with him down there at that tailgate. So it's gonna be fun, man. We gonna be able to touch a lot of hands and meet a lot of people, man. But we got some surprises coming, man. So hey, we can't wait for that season to start, brother. But hey, man, let's go ahead and transition here, man. To the ops, Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, man. G, we go ahead and start with you, brother. What do we think about this move, man? And does this make the Steelers a better team? Or contender?
It will make them probably a better team because of what he did back then. Do I think he was better than Russell? Arm strength, yeah. If he healthy, yeah. But I just think that it's a 1-year deal, and it's like a tryout for us to see if they're gonna move forward. But I just think it's Will is their guy, and I don't know if he's gonna hit the whole. I don't know if he's gonna play the whole season. I'm gonna say this: I'm a Aaron Rodgers diehard fan, but personality I don't deal with him. I'm not a but for him, his skill, what he brought to. I ain't never saw nobody throw the ball like him, accuracy or nothing like that. But with Pittsburgh, it looks cool. But I won't be shocked if Russell Wilson have a better year than him. Health-wise, all that's going to play a part. Aaron Rodgers last year was dinking and dunking, y'all. Yes, he got DK. But he had what's his name? Number 5. I forgot his name from Old State. Garrett Wilson. I mean, he can make some throws at times, but I think Derek said, I think they need to go back to running the football more instead of trying to be what everybody else is in the league, throwing the ball 40, 50 times. But Aaron Rodgers, he might be solid. I don't think they're going to mess with us, But, yeah, I ain't really got too much, but I'm not, thrilled or nothing. But, yeah, it's cool. Go ahead, DT.
What's up, DT?
Hey, man, honestly, I think, and I hate the Steelers. I think it was a good move for them. But I feel like when your back is against the wall, you're going to go back to what you know worked. And that's Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers running the ball. They went and got Caleb Johnson. They already got Warren. You got Highsmith. You got T.J. Watt on the defensive side. You run the ball. This is the AFC North. You run the ball. You play defense. I don't care if I beat you 6-3, 9-3, as long as I win. So if you can manage the game, which most of these quarterbacks are just game managers, Aaron Rodgers will be fine. But you got to put him in a situation where he can do that. Run the ball. You're 41 years old. I don't expect you to have the mobility you had before. So let's just run the ball. You like you said, thinking and diamond. You got Washington, and you got the other kid over there. Fire moved to tight end. You got DK, which he's just a prima donna. So I don't know how that's going to work out with his attitude over there. But I think it's a good move for the Steelers if they play Pittsburgh football. What got Pittsburgh the where they at now, where they got championship rings or whatever. They known they got an identity. They known to have defensive ends. They known to have a good defense, and they known to beat you up physically up front. So if they can get back to doing that, playing Pittsburgh football, I think it's a great addition to Aaron Rodgers. And not only that, you got an experienced quarterback over there. You don't want to put that rookie in there to the fire where he ain't seen some of these coverages that these defensive coordinators can throw at him and stuff like that. So even if it's a 1-year deal, you just get him in there to let the kid learn from him. But I think it's a good hire for him.
Yeah, DT, man, you got some great points, man. Definitely get back to what they do. I'm just gonna say this, man, to keep it simple, because I don't really have too much to speak on it as well. Because Aaron Rodgers had, I mean, you had all your guys last year: Alan Lazard, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Conklin, and Breece Hall. You had the young boy from Wisconsin, the running back, the second running back. I mean, y'all had the offense was loaded last year with Mike Williams on the team as well. So I mean, to have options there, and what you guys underperformed. That's just point blank. Period. Aaron Rodgers, you had a bad year. You're better podcaster right now. It look like you're better podcast. You and Pat McAfee might need to do your own thing, like what we doing right now. Then and Pat, Pat's doing a great thing on ESPN. Go ahead, G, real quick. Go ahead.
And it's funny, like I said, stuff that we be saying, but don't just seem like they just traded Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh for Justin Fields.
That's what it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really what it was. Yeah, for sure. I agree, and and G, this goes to a point that you make all the time, because we know Aaron Rodgers is your favorite quarterback of all time. You want to do the best thing that Aaron Rodgers can do this year? Be a locker room guy. Be a leader, man. You know what I'm saying? Just be the locker room guy. Be the vet. Be the Pro Bowler Hall of Famer that you're gonna end up. You Hall of Famer that you're gonna be when you retire. Be that guy, bro. Be that guy for Will Howard, man. Because I'm telling you, listen, this is a way that you can reshape who you are. Playing wise, you're great, but people cannot stand you off the field. And that is going to get in the way of a lot of things in your future, brother. Opportunities and different things like that. I remember the one time you went on Pat McAfee and talked about the same thing that they do. These guys that play football a little bit, or they want to talk about, well, Pat McAfee was a kicker. A.J. Hawk was one of the best linebackers that played for Ohio State and played in the league for a long time.
He played with him at Green Bay.
Green Bay. So that's what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, we gotta this we know that you're on your tail end, right? It's not gonna be too much of a production you're gonna be doing on the field, but what you can do is make sure Will Howard is ready for this franchise in these next few years. Because what I'm hearing is that this man Will Howard looks great. He is a locker room guy. People love him. Ohio State guys, they talked about this man. They said this dude is he kind of quirky type of guy. But he has the assets and the attributes. He's a runner. He can run the ball. He's 6'5". He's going to get better with them throws. And it was good playing with Jeremiah. It's good playing with the wide receivers from Ohio State, because I'm telling you, for you to be able to deliver the ball. And then under Chip Kelly's offense, because we know Chip likes to run. They run the ball a ton. You know what I mean? So for Will Howard to be able to make those throws and get done. So, I'm looking forward to it. We know y'all the ops, so we gonna put the belty out this year. I'm gonna say 0-2. We gonna go ahead and put y'all get y'all about y'all misery. But go ahead, G.
No. I'm agreeing with everything you said.
Definitely. Hopefully this helps out Mike Tomlin, man, because I think he's a hell of a coach, even though he's on the other side of this. And we'll see how it goes, man. But we, again, you guys are the ops, so we're gonna go ahead and skip past that here. Okay, so guys, look, we're gonna go ahead and transition from the sports, guys. We're gonna go into here with these. Derek's boy Trump signs the bill to cut welfare and house assistance. DT, we gonna go ahead and let you start here, brother. What do you think about this, man? And how does this affect our community? But what do you think about it?
Man, it hurts me that Greg converted you, Fred. But honestly, I feel like the bill, it can go either way. I understand with the restrictions you putting on, you trying to put a time limit on it because you want people to get better. But when you cutting the housing or whatever, stuff like that, like it's not only affecting like just regular normal people, it's kids that's in job court that's losing their housing because of this stuff that he's doing. But also it's a program, like if you own Section 8, they got it where they will match your rent up to 5 years so you can become a homeowner. But people got to know about this information. Like, it's stuff out here for people to do, and you just got to go get it. Like, I understand the requirements of people having to work and stuff like that, but some of these jobs still ain't paying the people enough money to be able to afford a meal. Like, to be able to go, you got a family of four, just say a regular family of four. You're going to the grocery store every week, you're probably spending $200, $250. Now, even myself, just being a single guy here, I go to the store, I'll be like, Dad, that was just $96. Like, man, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, but it's just me. So I'm like, that's cool. But it's just a family of four. You go into the store, you got to spend money and constantly. I mean, not even just the welfare, the food assistance and stuff like that. That's needed. I don't care about the people you getting welfare. You can go get a job. Like Greg said, he goes to work for the city. He gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning, get off. He's in Kroger's in his uniform. They outside panhandling for change. Like, no, go get a job. I just went and bust my butt here at work. Why are you asking me for something? If I go put in this work, I get dirty. Like, you can go get dirty, you know? So it is what it is, Greg. That might not be what you said. You might have, that was on another topic, but about the Kroger situation. That's just an example. I can use that, Greg. You go to work, you're a hard worker. You know, you don't want nobody outside begging you for a handout, you know? It's all right, Greg. You are who you are, man. You the chosen one today.
Yeah, you gotta stop. Wow.
Gee, what you?
Wow. Nah, I think it's sad. Because I never thought it was gonna get to this. You know, you hear rumors, you know, that is could come to an end, but you like, nah. So many people that do need it, especially the elderly. And I know people who abused it, you know what I'm saying? And I know people who benefited from it. You know, there have been times I've been behind people who used it, and I'm like, damn, they got 2 carts in front of me. Let me throw these little $40 worth of groceries on there, and you got me. You know, and I threw little jokes out like, oh yeah, this with her too. No, it ain't. Like, I'm just playing sweet. I'm just, you know. But inside, I'm like, shit, you could have helped me out. But even though out of my paycheck is going on your card. See what I'm saying? I could have said that, but you know. But nah, it's just it's tough because people, man, you take that away, they gonna get ruthless, bro. And when your back and stomach touching, you liable to do whatever out here, man, because there's people now that's complaining about the prices of this food. I'm one of them, and I work. I'm like Derek said, damn, $96, shit. Now imagine you working, you ain't have no stamps, and you got 4 or 5 kids. Imagine that. So I think a lot of people who we'll say abusing the system stays on there because they looking at that. It's like, that's beneficial to me to not work. I'd rather have food than money at times because I don't want to starve, or I ain't got it, or I'm just barely making it. Now Trump's saying, no, we don't care about that. You got 10 fingers and 10 toes. You can work. But then you like, well, okay, if I do work and my check is blase, I'm going to take in like 40% of my check for food. Now my kids want to do things. We can't do things. So I got to pick and choose at times what I'm going to spend my money on. My kids need shoes. What if she a single mother? The daddy's not there. She got 5 pair of shoes she got to buy. School going to be back in August, y'all. I ain't saying it's going to stop this year, but they ain't like, I got 5 pair of shoes I got to buy. I got to buy outfits. I got to get paper, notebook, pencils, this, that. Oh, yeah, I got to get food, too. That's going to hurt a lot of people. And that's the thing that people don't want to face when they got to, like, you know, manage on what's important. You got to feed them kids. You ain't buying Jordans. You're not buying none of that. So that's going to hurt a lot of people moving forward. So I just hope, you know, people can find a job that can pay, because a lot of jobs don't even want to pay like that. Look at restaurants. People ain't taking their kids out to eat like that with 3 and 4 kids. They ain't taking them. Man, that fat, man, Wendy's and McDonald's is busy. You know why? Because that 5 for $5 and that bad chicken sandwich, get that other McChicken free. You split that, okay, here you go, little Greg. Here you go, little Derek. Here you go, little Fred. Get them little fries. Get them. You know, that's cool. Happy Meals are high. So what you think when you ain't got it? Now you got to force to go spend your hard-earned money on food. You can't waste nothing. Go ahead, D.
Hey, but Greg, I heard you said when people say like they'd rather have food stamps than money. So let me ask you this: like, I was a youngster once upon a time. Like I said before here, my family, my grandma and them, they used to get them on both sides of the fence. Like, here I might go to get the book out of off of Elm Street, but guess what? I might be a transaction broker and make a deal here. Like, so those people like that might sell them for cash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that a problem as well, or?
Oh no, it is a problem.
How can you stop that?
Listen, no. In the government eye, it's a problem, not in the hood eye. Our eye is more important than the government.
Right.
We in survival mode every day. So what you saying, I get, because the people who do make those transactions made sure food was in there, and what was left was the transaction. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like, okay, well, we hear.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, we got the food. I got a smooth 150 left. I ain't dry snitching on nobody, but it's like I get 75. I know how I roll. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the hustle too. My family, I have food stamps. I was raised on food stamps, the book. So I know how that go. I ain't knocking nobody hustle, but it's gonna be times where, okay, I ain't got that to do that hustle. Now what? It's gonna be hard, man.
Do you think it's gonna lead to more crime?
Yes. It's more crime now, and they got food stamps. Now take it away. Do it rise up? Yeah. So now you really, that panhandle in front of United Dairy Farm or in front of Kroger's, I think Tupac said this. I'm gonna quote him. He said something like, please, he said it was people that had food, but it was homeless people outside watching people waste food, do this. Please, we hungry. Can you feed us? People was like, nah, they was ignoring them. Please, we hungry. Can you feed us? He said about a third time, it switched from please, we hungry. Can you feed us to I'm picking the lock, popping the door, coming through blasting. We don't want that, because that's what it's going to be. People going to walk past hungry people. Now it's going to be taken. Now you got to defend what you got. Then it's going to be bloodshed, body count, stuff like that can happen. It's happening now in front of these stores. We going to get gas. People hungry, but they doing the wrong things to get the money. And they feel entitled. You should give me that 50 cents. You should give me that $2. Well, you should go in there and ask if they hiring. Now you feel offended. Now ask me, do I give a fuck? Because you're offended because I'm educating on you to get a lot of $20 and a lot of 50 cents. You want my only 50 cents. But you can get a check and get a lot of 50 cents. And you will get mad at me. Call me a bitch ass nigga. Call me a hoe ass nigga. While I'm pumping gas, you mean mugging me. You got your hands in your hoodie. I got an armrest that'll put you to rest. So now what? Young black male, 21 years old, Greg popped him. That ain't even my nigga G. He don't even do that. But he defended himself. Mug shot me. Get calls from Fred, Mom, Tay, Rail. Over what? That little 50 cent. But UDF was hiring too at the time that took place.
That's a bar. And you guys, I think you guys hit every point that we needed to here. So I'm just gonna say, put a little bit of cherry on the top, man. I think the biggest thing here is this, like we talked about, us coming together, us motivating each other to get out here, and because we need to do for each other. We need to build for each other so we can make sure that these kids are able to be able to take advantage of building their own, not legacy, but also being able to understand finances, right? Financial literacy is just it's at a 10%, in our neighborhoods, right? So us understanding what we have to deal with, what we need to budget to make sure that we can be productive and take care of family. I am a dad, I'm a husband, I got 4 in my crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you spot on, I don't get stamps. Like when I pay for groceries, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying $200-$300 and it's happening more than once a week. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm blessed that, you know, that God has been able to, be here for me, and I'm able to take care of this, you know what I'm saying? And my kids are able to, you know, benefit from that. But I mean, listen, it gets hard for everybody. And so you know, we got to get back. I remember my dad used to make the pot of beans. You know, spaghetti. Hey, listen, hey, big fella, you gotta, hey, but it's food at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna go ahead and warm this spaghetti up. I mean, for real, because
Nah.
I grew up off of leftover. I know we all did. You know what I mean? You had to go in that kitchen. Hey, you hungry? You come home from sports. Hey, warm this. You know, I used to eat cereal at night. You know what I'm saying? We got some milk. Hey, I'm eating some cereal. You know what I mean? There's different things that, you know, I just remember growing up, and like, because I didn't, we, you know, when my mom and dad was teachers, right? So they, you know. And they were coaches, so we didn't get home sometimes till 8 o'clock at night. You know, I'm playing, my sister playing ball. You know what I mean? So, you know, at that time, it's like it was more convenient to get fast food. Now, you know, it's just the parent, mom. Oh yeah, come on, be a stop. Dad, shit, hey, if you don't want to eat them beans, you got some cereal on on the top of that fridge. You know what I'm saying? So get to it. You know what I mean? It's either way. And I think that's why, you know, he had 7 brothers, so I think that's why, you know, how he learned, you know, how to be able to save his bread and be able to, you know, and pay for what's needed and not what's wanted. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what I understand what he did, and understand why every coin, that penny, even that penny is key. You know what I mean? To, you know, I just remember like clear jars of just pennies and quarters, and you know what I mean? So it's just, you know, so I just think we got to get back to that, but also we have to we got to understand who's in the office right now, man. And again, you know, billionaires only really kind of care about billionaires or people that could possibly benefit them. So again, you know, that's a whole nother story as well, guys. So Doc, I appreciate you, DT and Greg, for that feedback, because I think that's gonna help a lot of people there, man. So listen, man, we're gonna get into this, brother. We stand here, but we definitely gonna have to get into this, man. The day in life in 2025, man. This is a hey, I mean, DT, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, you had me in tears, man. With we was but y'all listen, man, both of you guys, man, y'all let me know, man, what is day in life like in 2025? G, let's start with you, brother. What is day in life for you? You don't have to be specific, but you can let us know how it is for you right now, and you know, I guess what's the difference from now to like maybe 10 years ago?
I say 10 years ago, it was still social media, but it wasn't like it is now. It's so enhanced now that it's basically what you have to offer, what you bring to the table. You know, if you're single, you know, your status, you're working, your career, your real estate, ball player, whatever it is, you know. And now you don't even get nobody number. You just follow them on Instagram, and they'll let you know what type of person, if they are a person that like to post every move, step, you know, they'll let you know who they are. So basically you can know off pictures what you're getting yourself into. They don't really got to explain. The first thing you ask about it, they say, well, did you go on my Instagram? I see you ain't follow me yet. Damn, I got to follow you for you to not tell me? Like, that's fucked up. But that's what they going off of, status. They going off, do you go out of town a lot? Is you at these concerts? Is you at these main attractive places? You know, is you out the country? You know, what type of shoes you wear? Belt, pants, shirt. Is you always nice? You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you what they looking for when they do see you. You know, people they don't even look you in your eye first. They look at your shoes, your pants, your shirt, then they get to your face. Oh, he nice, but he ain't that good looking, but he'll do because he know how to dress. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even know who really like you. You don't even know who really love you or whatever it is that they really want from you. Most likely, I'm going to say this area is mostly transactional. It's more, there's not no relationships. It's more situationships. It's more what you can do. I'm going to be around. And some people have, you know, they got their mind made up how long they're going to be with you. If Greg ain't doing this by this certain time, I'm moving on. And they got somebody waiting because the person they was talking to, they got used to. So whoever becomes new get more attention. So if you can take me from my old attention and give me something new that I'm not used to, you get more of my attention. So the guy you was dating, you tend to stop texting, the good mornings, y'all not seeing each other more. So hopefully that person will have a sucker attack and put 2 and 2 together. She's probably talking to somebody. And I advise guys watching this, just fall back. Do you? I don't know how long you've been with this person, but that person had found somebody and basically moving on and seeing what that person have to offer. And this is just how it is. It's like a hot potato. People go out to see what's new, who's new. Oh, he come here all the time, this, and that. Let your cousin come into town and go out with you that night. You're going to say, boy, they sleeping on Cincinnati. I know why you saying that. Keisha, Tamika, and them like, yeah. Hey, Fred, who is that with you? Like, hey, DT, who is dude with you? You know what I'm saying? So now his status, he ain't been seen, but he looked nice. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, especially people around my age. You know, girls now my age, they want to get married. They gonna say, "Oh, I'm just dating them." You know, married now. You know, some of them got 3 and 4 kids, and they want you to be a stepdaddy. They want you to put a cape on and come save them. But you know, it's up to you. It's guys putting the cape on, they tying it tight too. It's guys, you know, ain't no cape. You know, so Derek probably know a few things. You know, me being single personal, I shut shit down. So if you ain't coming correct, you know what it is. I'm better off giving you your space. I'm great at that. Go ahead, DT.
Damn, bars. Thank you, G. What's up, DT?
Hey, man, it's so crazy that we got this topic here, too. This is a post a girl made on Facebook 4 hours ago. Why guys don't want to date anymore. Let's talk about it. So I went on there, and I made a comment. I said, this is what I feel. I feel nobody is dating for love no more. Nobody hearts are really pure. Their intentions ain't clear. So if it's so easy to get sex, why am I finna go out and wine and dine you when I can cut straight to the point? Like, it's easy to get you. I can okay, here, what is it called? $20, $40. I can give you the $40 and go on out my way to avoid the headache. Because when you get in those situations or so-called dating, and this me personally talking here too now. I was in 2 relationships. The one before this marriage, I was in for 8 years. And I swear to God, like it be so much stuff that goes on in these situations. And I'm finna get deep with this too. These women ain't worth a dime. Listen, I'm not giving my heart to a woman out here that I know is gonna be Tim, Tom, and Bob. I had a situation come up where I had to go do some time. I went to jail. I get out of jail. I'm get out of jail. I'm at my so-called girl house at this time too. I get out, her phone go off. It's a message go over. Here come the sucker in me. It's man. I was thinking of some good pussy and I thought of you. Mind you, I wasn't even gone that long. It's a dude on your line hit you with this, like, and from that point on, I kind of look at women a whole lot different than I did before. I'm a type of person, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But if I can spot you out, like, and I can just, like Greg said, people dating for situationships or what I can get out of the relationship, I can get away from it. But then here it is again. I got married. Grandma, forgive me, please. Listen, I got married, and here it is. My grandma gave me a nickname, Mr. Mom. She said I was doing everything while I was dating that the bitch is supposed to do. Like, my grandma gave me all types of suckers because I'm in the house, I'm cooking, I'm doing all the laundry, I'm paying the bills and everything. My grandma said, "You're a straight bitch." This is my grandma talking to me. Like, she was just flat out real. Like, she just let me have it just like that. And here it is, me being a sucker that I was, like that cape that Greg was talking about. I put the Superman on, coming to the rescue. Like, at some point, like me personally, dating in 2025, ain't nothing out here for me. They mind ain't there, and they don't want nothing. I can make my own money. I can cook my own cool food. I clean my own house. What do I need you for? What are you bringing here to the table? I can go get money. I can go get another you, like Beyonce said in a minute. There's plenty of that out here if that's what you want to take parts of. It don't cost you nothing. They out here giving it away. Like it's out here for free all day long. But it's dating in 2025. Social media has ruined the world. Nobody love is unconditional no more. Everything is coming with conditions. Like Chris said, what can you do for me? Like, I'm not UPS. I can't do nothing for you, babe. You got to want to do something for yourself. Like, it's to that point. Like, it's horrible out here. And for these women, like this girl that made this post on there, and I said that, like, I just feel like sex is too easy to come. Nobody wants a date. Here go a girl on a post. Oh, they ain't going on dates. They don't want to wine and dine. You're not because they gay. No, baby. Don't nobody want to put up with your shit. Like, y'all women come with a lot of baggage. Y'all got expectations of wanting people to do shit that y'all not gonna do. Yes, I can go out and make 100,000, but bitch, can you? Like, can you go do the same thing? Don't bother me and expect me to do certain things, and you're not able to do the same things. I'm sick of it. Let the table. Y'all want equal opportunities? Bring it to the table, man. I'm sick of them. In 2025, move around, man. Move around.
Listen, I'm a hey DT, damn. Hey, nah, appreciate you, bro. Both of y'all, man. Definitely DT. Thank you, man. We got our viral moment, y'all. So as much y'all know, man. DT, thank you for keeping it real, but also kind of sharing that post because that's the problem, right? Let's discuss. It's too much discussing, less action. Nobody is working on themselves, right? And so people want to be able to you can't be 50-50. You can't be somebody halfway when I gotta be the person. I seen it. Listen, I seen a somebody did a show something where they was talking about how you pour into people, right? And they used the cap, right? And they said, hey, you pour all this into somebody, right? And then when it's time for them to pour back into you, because of course the cap cannot keep all this water in it, right? So when it's by the time it's for the pour back into you, you at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? It's bottom. They can't do the same that you can do for them a lot of times. You get what I'm saying? And I think I'm married, so I can't. I met my wife in college. She is my best friend. Even if we end it, right, she will still be my best friend. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how a solid of a person of a solid of a person and respect that I got for her. You know what I mean? And giving me my beautiful kids and so it's a different situation there. But we also went through a lot early on in life that made us be like that because we either could have departed or we came together. You know what I mean? And so I think the biggest thing is this, man. Is that in 2025, number one is social media. G, you definitely right. Number two is status. I think you hit all the points. Status is number two. What you look like, what it looks like with me being going on this ride with you, right? I want to be able to feel. Also the guys that have messed the game up by paying for something that's supposed to be given to you for possibly free for putting in time and building with that person, right? You got like it's as simple as liking each other. You know what I mean? If I like you, you know what I mean? It's as simple. It's simple as that. Like I remember back in the day, you had to know. Yes, you want to go with me? Yes or no? Maybe. You know what I mean? Like we started back there, like being able to laugh, being able to have a good time with each other, and then it goes from there. But now it's like this. Damn, DT, you gonna send that cash up or not, nigga? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Hey, G, and G, go back to like you said too. And I'm gonna let you go, because about you being designed like this, right? Being understand, but see, you can't get designed like it if you're not going through those experiences. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how to design myself if I haven't been through those experiences. The cold thing about what you say all the time is that I can learn from that first experience. I can have multiple experiences from this one person. That way I'm not going back into a different situation doing the same thing over, because doing the same thing over, right? What's the definition of sanity? Doing the same thing, looking for a different result.
Yeah, for different results. Yeah, absolutely.
You gonna throw yourself crazy? Hey, G, go ahead, finish this up, man, because I'm gonna let you close, man, because you've been cooking.
My thing is this: when you dating, you don't even know if the person like you. They'll keep going on dates with you because what they can get from you. I'm getting good dinner, and it don't always lead to. Or I saw posts like this. I want somebody to just call me and tell me to get ready. I'ma flip it. They gonna say this sassy. A woman ain't called me and tell me to get ready. See, that'll be a problem. But if I keep doing that, what if I'm not your type, but you just telling people, oh, he can do this for me, girl. Look, he gave me $100 to get my son some shoes. And then they gonna say, you grew on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean I grew on you? It wasn't mutual? Travis Hunter. Nah, first, there's a lot of Travis Hunter relationships going on. You know what I'm saying? So they hear from somebody, girl, he ain't good looking, but he got this. A lot of women be broke and looking for that come up. So you've been chosen. You gotta watch who you allow in your life too.
Mm-hmm.
Because man, everybody ain't there to be with you. It's what they can get from you. It's basically what they can get from you. They want that come up, man. And I'll be telling people, shout out to the women that is doing something. Do I think it's good women out there? Yes, I do. I can think like 70, 80% and be like, nah, they trying to see what's up. They stay around long enough and they see, like what they use the word, you so thoughtful. You always going to do this and do this for me. But women ain't pouring in a man like that. That's why men backing up, like Derek said, he read that comment. Well, that post, guys don't want to date. Look, I be on dates, I see 4, 5 women at a table. I've been at the airport. I seen 6 girls at the airport. They with their girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's like guys ain't willing to do that like that no more. Because they don't see value in women. Like Derek said, he cook, clean. I do the same thing. Come in my house, they might be looking around like, what can I do to stay around? I'm at the laundromat. I love when a girl call me and be like, where you at? I'm at the laundromat. Or I'm folding these clothes. Or I'm cooking. Or I'm at the grocery store. Or I'm just cleaning my bathroom. Or I'm just mopping my floor. You know what I did when that happened? I shut door here, shut door here, shut door there, shut door there. Now she thinking like, hey, what do he need me for? And if women gonna leave with their main thing is that sex. Guys ain't looking at sex as like that how unless you got a sucker who's a late starter. We've been knocking shit down. So so if I say take that sex away, what's up, shorty? Take that mouth away, what's up? I really like you. Tell me something about you. We're gonna draw a blank. Cause now she feel like I'm gonna give you some pussy. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her. I gotta have people that been fuck the shit out of me. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So you can't really bring nothing. So guys peep that and they'll fall back. Like, motherfucker, fuck on you, girl. Like, but it ain't like this is the reason why I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Guy fade from you. You be like, he just wanted some pussy. Nah, that's all you had to offer. You go home now because he peeped. Y'all be on trial. Y'all think y'all got niggas on trial. Why you think niggas ain't texting back, calling back? Oh, what happened? I saw you. Da-da-da-da. Nah, I was cool. Because you ain't had nothing to offer him. This is the day life. You know, when you in your 40s and you ain't got your shit together, what are you offering? Like, sit back and think, okay, what are you offering? Yeah, don't let me go over your house and shit ain't clean.
Mm-hmm.
Shit you expect from me and you ain't doing it, how you think this gonna work? This ain't no one-way street because I do a detour. You know, all this stuff is like math to me. I know how to divide myself. If you ain't adding or multiplying, because you definitely ain't gonna be here for a subtract. You definitely ain't gonna be here for a subtract. Then I'm a. If I see that, I gotta divide myself, and I leave quiet. I never leave loud. I leave quiet, and once again, I'm great at giving a person space. That's one of my best attributes. Leaving quiet and get that person their space.
Detaching.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, nah, G, man, that definitely, man. Listen, bro. I think the young brothers that are watching this, man, that definitely understand when definitely understand what G is telling you, and just kind of listen to it because again, we're just trying to get you guys not to go, young brothers and sisters. Let me say that, young brothers and sisters. Just we don't want you guys to go through what we've been through early. We want you to kind of learn from us so you guys can go into healthy relationships. And even if that's friendships, you know what I mean? It don't always have to be, you know what I mean, that type of situation. As you can see, DT, he had left. He got a few things going on that end. So we just want to let the viewers know, man. So we're going to go ahead and push on, man. This is what I wanted to touch here quickly before we do the quote of the day, G. This happened yesterday. DT's back. Thanks, man. So with Keyshawn Davis, we'll just touch on this real quick, and then we'll go to the quote of the day here, man. So basically, we'll let you know Keyshawn Davis was supposed to fight Saturday. He came in and weighed in. He was over 4 pounds over his weight. They ended up canceling the fight. Basically, they couldn't come to an agreement. His brother lost on the same card yesterday. The guy that he already beat, they end up jumping in the back. This guy had a lump on his head or something. He basically said that's what happened. And so a lot of people said Keyshawn Davis stock has dropped as a boxer. G, what are you thinking here, man?
No, I agree. His stock took a hit. I won't say it dropped. It took a hit because he always said he was this businessman. He always talked about how he's going to be in shape, and he always have been in shape. He's one of the best upcoming fighters, prospects out here, calling out Tank, calling out everybody but his quote-unquote brother Shakur. I think it was embarrassing. I think it was unprofessional for him to do that. But word was that was done on purpose. Some say he did it so he want to beat dude like the Ryan Garcia. I'm going to come in, but you ain't got the paper. Ryan got to take that fine. And, well, you got to pay the fine, but to pay your opponent. But the opponent still got his purse. But the opponent was smart enough to say, no, you're going to rehydrate probably 14 to 15 pounds more than me. You're already 4 pounds over me. With the rehydration, the little money you try to give me to get in the ring to prove a point to Shakur, because I'm hearing rumblings him and Shakur been talking smack. Because De La Soto was the guy that had Shakur running and made him throw his least punches. And Keyshawn was going to outperform Shakur. And that was going to put Keyshawn over Shakur. But his excuse was, I was going to 140 anyway. Nah, you wanted to come in heavy. Personally, I think he was sauced up on them roids. And you wanted to come in there and show, I'm going to knock out De La Soto's. De La Soto said, nah, you ain't getting wrecked on me. Just give me my check. Because I see what you're doing. And Bob Aaron spoke out and said that Keyshawn dropped the ball, and he's real disappointed in him. Because he was one of the guys that he looked to take the sport serious and be one of the top 3 fighters. But this right here is a setback. He got to go to 140. And then you talking smack to Abdullah Mason, a quiet, calm kid, upcoming fighter just like you at 140. You said you wanted to fight him next. Then you said that's why you said you want to fight him next, because you was legitly moving to 140. You knew you was heavy right then. You knew it. Abdullah in your hometown, Norfolk, Virginia, was the man. Handle business, stop dude. Now the spotlight is on him. Your brother lose on that undercard. You got a newborn baby. In the stroller, I saw the footage of you fighting, jumping the fighter who beat your brother. That ain't a good look, Keyshawn.
It ain't.
And I saw what you said. You said, we ain't worrying about the people. We're just worrying about us, which is cool for you to say. But just remember, those us's you talking about is the reason your pockets get fat.
That's right.
You don't want to disrespect the people that's going to feed your little son. You know what I'm saying? To get you the house for mama. Not saying to kiss nobody but all this was because of what you didn't do professionally.
That's right. And G, man, kind of touch base when this is what I want to say as well, is that something I've noticed with a lot of our black fighters, and you get the unique ones like a Tank, like a Floyd, but they still have these off the out the ring issues where after that first fight, that big contract that they get, they kind of the ego, you know what I mean? We saw it with AB, we saw it with, you know what I mean? It's just that first big payday, for some reason, it just, you know, you kind of ease off of that pedal, you know what I mean? Where, you know, and they said when they touched his back, he was dry. They knew that he wasn't trying to make the weight. At the point in time. Instead, he tried to say he did. And so my thing is, the biggest thing was this, is that I know me and you kind of really, and you'll understand what I'm saying here, is this, like last night, I wouldn't have been at my brother fight. My ass would have been in the gym with my coach. You understand what I'm telling you? I would have been so disappointed. I couldn't even have watched them fights last night. You understand? I told wifey, hey, listen, keep the baby. I'm going to the gym tonight. You know what I mean? I hope my brother win. I'm gonna let them hold that down, because when you want to be unique in boxing, people always bring up Floyd running from the gym. Floyd wanted to be the best boxer every minute, every time he was in the sport. Y'all don't understand when somebody really wanted back. Like, that's why I wasn't a Tom Brady fan, but I'm a fan of Tom Brady's mentality and his competitiveness, because he wants to be the best player on the field.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about he gives me that like he, that's why he maybe reminds me of Joe, right? A little bit. Joe reminds me of him, because how it's kind of like that serial killer type of thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you know, I gotta get my man. Mike Myers, he don't care that you run.
No.
I'm gonna get my man.
Yes.
You hear me? Like, I'm gonna get my man. Only person that could probably take me out is Sus. Is, you know what I mean? She still could. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that I'm going to get my man, and I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to accomplish that. And so when you understand that, as when Keyshawn, that's what Keyshawn has to understand. That's what the family has to understand as well too. You guys been doing it for a long time, but I look at the difference between, we talked about it earlier, what Mason. Abdullah Mason was able to bring to the table, but also the poise, the knowing he put the work in, and knowing, hey, I'm here to, this is what I want to do fully. You know what I mean? This is where I want to be, and I see myself a certain way, but I also understand what it takes, because the people behind me been training me for this for so long, but also are here to understand it as well. And so I think with boxing, having that team, Bob Arum got to realize, like, those guys that are special usually have that team that's behind them, that, you know what I mean, like Roger and, you know, and all them guys that, you know, that's able to, you know, they're able to challenge you even when you think, they're able to give you another go even when you at the top. You know what I mean? That's rare to have a team like that. Go ahead, G. You can go ahead and finish it up real quick. Yeah.
And now everything you said, because like I said, it be things we say that, like, I'm like, I could piggyback off that.
Right.
It goes back to what you said with Adrian Broner. Now watch this. Adrian Broner and Keyshawn, they got somebody that did it in front of them on a high level. That's Floyd and Bud. What you learning? What you learning? Right there. That's that cheat code we talk about. See? Who Abdullah Mason got? Nobody. You got somebody, and you got a running mate, Shakur. You see this, what you can see, greatness. And you ain't taking advantage of greatness. You disrespected greatness. You just had an interview with Andre Ward, bro. Greatness. I just named 3 fighters around him that never lost. What are you learning, bro? Because kids don't get this. What you're getting is called, this is what I'm going to use the word golden. You're getting some golden shit, bro. But guys that come from the inner city take for granted because they see it daily. That's our problem. We get so used and accustomed to seeing that we get laxed. The ears ain't poking up no more. The eyes still ain't bright. No, we get laxed.
Yeah,
I done did it before, so I know.
We all have. Yep, for sure.
And for you to do that and be classless, because Timothy Bradley cooked you so bad, I'm gonna send you that. And I agree.
Yeah.
But you know one thing we can say about the Haneys? Bill ain't gonna let Devin do that.
Nah.
Bill ain't gonna go for that. See, that's the dad thing, but that's another day. that's gonna happen, but
Go
that
ahead.
plays
Yeah.
a part, and it hits me. Not saying Bud your dad, Shakur your brother, or Floyd, nothing like that. It's what you learning. If I'm around greatness and we're in the same profession, you think I ain't gonna pick their head? You think I ain't gonna take things from them to add to my repertoire? I want to stand. Whoever you think great now, I want to stand away from them. If they great, I want to be something different. That's why I use the word now. He different. You got to be different. And I hear a lot of greats, like you mentioned, Tom Brady. Now I'm gonna mention these 5 names, and this is what they got in common: Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather, Kobe Bryant, Tiger Woods. It's a mentality. It's a work ethic. Your mentality gotta match your work ethic. They can't be off, Fred. And I know you're gonna tell your son that.
Yep.
They can't be off. Because if you ain't gonna tell him, I'ma tell him. You want to go to the next level. Goes for Chris Washington. I tell him. It goes for BJ. I tell him. Your mentality and your work ethic better be same as tier. One can't be high, one can't be low.
That's right.
It's going to show, bro.
Consistency.
It's going to show. You go to these Nike camps, you get slaughtered. You in boxing. You think, I'm 13 and I'm this and that. Dude across from you, bro, he making weight. It's different. I just want your mentality to meet your work ethic. That's all.
Yep.
Yep.
No, you know what's so funny that you say that? Because I was gonna bring up Lenny Cook.
Oh my goodness.
That was a point I was gonna make about when we talked about ABCD camp. Remember, we always hear about that story with Lenny Cook and LeBron and Carmelo, but that just goes back to what you said about mentality and work ethic on the same level. You know what I mean? Lenny Cook could have been special.
Yes.
But he realized when he went against Bron, remember he was like, man, that nappy headed kid over there, he nice.
Yes.
But the mentality and the work ethic was there with Bron. That was the only was the only difference. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, because as we see how LeBron works now, we understand that. Regardless if you don't like the man or not, we know that
he put that work in.
He gonna put the work in, man.
For
So
sure.
I just want to bring that up, and that's gonna be a great, that's actually we'll respond on that, respond on that, because I think that'll be a great topic to speak on. But listen, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up, man, and we're just gonna go up in here with our quote of the day, guys. If you guys are joining us right now, DT was having some technical difficulties, guys, so it's just me and G. We're gonna go ahead and finish this show up, man. And so the quote of the day is people's opinions of you are more about them than you. G, do you want to just span on this quickly, man, and just let me know what you think about this quote and how it maybe applies to life, or what do you think?
I mean, a lot of people can use this and say like how they can I want to say size you up. It ain't always, not saying in a negative way. I'm not gonna say it in a negative way. It might be things that you doing. You can aspire. And their opinion about how you inspiring them. They can just say like, man, you a good dude. Man, every time your name come up, bro, people got stuff to say about you, man, this, and that. And a lot of people sometimes want that. And some people build envy, and that's the reflection of that. So you got to be careful, and I think out here, we are vulnerable to a certain degree to people. Some people can take how your personality is when you engage talking. It's things you can do in a conversation, how you hold a conversation. A person probably can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So they feel a certain way. Oh, why Fred? Oh, everybody come around Fred. Guys come up to the gym. white, black guys can hold a conversation with Fred. They sitting back looking in the far like, man, dang, I ain't got that type of aura, you know. But how Fred conduct himself, you know, how Fred, what's up, well spoken. They don't have that. They don't have those abilities. They don't have that type of those qualities. How Fred could come in a room, you know, they don't have that, you know. So, and it makes a person feel a certain way. I done seen people do it to me, and me not knowing. You know, I'm more focused on who in front of me, but not seeing what's around me, who's looking, who's saying things. And like I said, I think I told y'all my boy Phalo was one of these guys. And he pulled me to the side and he said this one day, I see him just being a genuine person. He was like, yeah, a lot of people say a lot of good things in your face. It's what they say when you ain't around. That's when you know. When you ain't around, how people speak about you. I said, man, I ain't never heard nobody say nothing bad about you. He said, well, then I must be doing something good then.
That's right.
As he said in my face, if somebody can always say, you know, and that's the reflection I'm getting from you. You know what I'm saying? So it's more about them and how they perceive you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
right.
when you're not around, oh, girl, snake in it. Nah, I ain't did nothing to nobody. And there's some people that can still throw your name in some type of mix-ups, you know, but that's a good quote. And this stuff go on daily, man. There's people that's gonna watch this podcast that you know, look, oh, Fred, DT, man, that's some good dudes, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate that. And you know, like people be like, "Well, I'm glad you ain't a hater." You know what I'm saying? Because that's the reflection off you saying that. Is you a congratulator? Is you a hater? So people can take that type stuff, be like, you know, I ain't never heard nothing bad about G. I ain't never heard G, you know, backstab nobody. Fred ain't backstab nobody, ain't mess with nobody, girl or nothing, this, and that. You know what I'm saying? And man, them some good dudes. So then another person to hear that be like, oh man, dude seem like he all right. He speak highly of Fred and Greg. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them people that do that, but everybody ain't gonna speak highly of you though.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this, man. To me, this quote is pretty much simple, man. And Greg, I think you touched some great points there, man. That people can elaborate on. And definitely, you guys leave that in the comments. What I'm gonna say is this is why it's so important about how you feel about yourself. People's opinions. That's the number one thing about this quote. Of you are more about them than you. Their insecurities that they're scared of doing, the things that they're scared of doing that you are doing, they really admire you. The reason they come with the negative opinions because they're really mad at themselves. Like, damn, why am I not in the gym? Why am I not doing a podcast? Why am I not here? Why am I not? You're asking this question instead of understanding, because it's a skill set to be able to appraise other people. It's a skill set to being able to know that it's not your time. It's not your time. It's G time. It's DT time. You know what I mean? It's Fred's time, you know, and be able to sit back and be able to congratulate and really be happy for somebody. Because we dealing with so much anxiety and depression nowadays at a high volume that people forgot how to be happy even for their family. You know, people, the blood that they came up with. You know what I mean? I mean, we're seeing it every day. And so this is what's important about making sure you're working on yourself, making sure you're stacking these days, making sure you're setting those short-term goals once you're hitting them, because you feel so much better when you start hitting them goals where you're like, dang, 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 dang. And then you, like you said, G, it's an aura thing. When you're disciplined and consistent, people are going to come. Listen, guys, let me tell y'all this. We work out with G. It is people that come up to G every day. Ask, hey, what should I do here, man? Should I do this? Should I take some rest off? Should I do, go up weight? How should I do? And I love seeing it because there's not an ego here. They're like, hey, He's here every day. He's putting in the work. He's consistent. He's disciplined. And I see the gains of the guys that are working with him. I would be stupid not to ask this man what I could do better when I'm in here, because we have to start being intentional. People like that are starting to be intentional. They're like, hey, if I'm gonna be here for 2 hours, I want to be working on things that are gonna make me better. And so when you have a cheat code here that's willing to give you advice and is willing to say, hey, this is what you maybe need to do. And you know, it's for G to be able to give out this advice, it's free, and it's free of charge, because at the end of the day, he ain't a hater. He wants to see people do well, because guess what? The whole goal is all of us doing well, because then word of mouth is still it. All that takes is this one guy to say, hey man, you know, I got them tips from, oh, for real? Damn. So it might be somebody that's starting from scratch that might need to get full-time training. It might need to have G with him in that corner for an hour or so, or it might not. The reason I'm using this example is because this is an environment where people are showing that, hey, we can get better together. I don't care that you might be ripped, because I know there's gyms where people are ripped and all this, and they don't even want to give you nothing. They don't want to give you they don't want to tell you what they take, and they don't want to do it. That's cool. Keep doing you, keep winning, but you winning by yourself. You winning by yourself. When you can help a lot of people, when you can help a lot of people, I'm telling you right here, not only the opportunities that's gonna come in hand, the people that we meet. You know what I mean? You don't know who the hell you talking to.
Facts. Like, man, you ain't.
You gave an example of knowing T. Hick. You meeting people that know certain people where we not fanned out. We just know that, hey, listen, you don't know what the hell you talking about. Yeah, exactly. You make that happen.
I mean, you never know. Like,
you never know.
Y'all on a podcast, yeah, and I hear the bitterness when y'all start doing that. I said, well, I'm a co-host. This is my guy Fred. I'm here with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, all right. Y'all need to have me on there. Not one time I pay attention. That's what's up. I like to see that from y'all, bro.
Right.
You just jumped on and said, y'all, you need to have me on there.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right. I hear you, bro. You know, but that's little stuff that I pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I learn not to let it bother me at times. As long as ain't nothing highly disrespectful, but your energy towards that is like, man, let me get a podcast, man. I'm gonna kill him. Okay. I'm glad we inspired you though.
Yeah,
that's what's
for
up.
Sure.
I look at the positive in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody can do it. Don't get me wrong. Anybody can do a millions and millions of people doing it. You know what I'm saying? We doing this for the city. You know, like I said, everybody's not going to agree. And that same person, yes, he's following. Yes, he's watching. You know, I'll leave a comment. Or, gee, you said some bullshit on this. Okay, cool. I'm not getting a debate with you. You just on the other side of my point. And listen, bro, it's millions and millions of people that's going to disagree with me.
Right.
I think the difference is you got to understand the audience as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get too emotional with this. The feedback is welcome. I know what I signed up for when Fred gave me the calling like G. I knew what I was signing up for. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know certain things I'm going to say. That's going this and that. That don't make me a bad person, but I understand what's to come with it. Everybody ain't going to love you like K-Dot said. Mm. And I'm willing to accept that. First of all, I know who I am.
Right.
I know who I am. The people who feel uncomfortable, they still trying to find themselves. Trust me, I know who I am. That's why I can stand on something and not get pushed off. Mm-hmm. Now, if I could take opinions and stuff like that, but if Fred say, well, gee, what you think or speak on this, Fred don't have to agree. And we already got that understanding.
Right.
But I'm going to stand on it, but I welcome the backlash, the jokes, and all that. I've been called Charlemagne already, the two-tone guy. So come on, man. I'm cool with that. I laugh just as hard. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to them people, but
Right.
It is what it is, man. I'm cool with it.
And this is the beauty of having a podcast, right? This is the beauty of getting your face out there. We on the internet. It's gonna be thousands and thousands and millions of people that one day is gonna come across our podcast, man. We, the whole goal is to inspire y'all, and this is gonna be our last words because we just gonna go ahead because I think you just hit based on great points. I mean, I just not just great points, but just kind of ended it there. So I just want to piggyback on what you're saying here, man. Is that before we hop over here, guys? Listen, this is what this is about. This is what it's about. I mean, it's 100 million clothing lines. It's 100 million AAU teams. I mean, they pop up every goddamn day. Franchises, restaurants. I mean, y'all all sell food, right? What's the difference, right? It's you know what I'm saying. So it's what's the difference? The difference is about who's selling the food, how they're doing, how they marketing it, and what we doing. And so the whole goal is that the reason we say a journey because y'all gonna be able to get better with us. We're gonna continue to get better and better. And so when you're gonna be a part of this as well. That's the whole goal. So of course, y'all not gonna agree with us every time. That would be ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We don't want that dialogue. We want that type of feedback to say, "Hey, man, I don't think this. That's fine."
Right.
But again, knowing yourself, understanding this, and let's reference Charlamagne again. This is something that he has a huge skill set at, letting the water run off his back. I mean, he says some of the most craziest stuff. I mean, that's what his career is about. He started with Wendy Williams, but he's also willing to deal with it front and face. He's not scared. Birdman came up. Benny Siegel came up. What's his name? Oh man, Q from Moesha. What's the group? The rap. Onyx came up. You know what I mean? He said some things. He stayed right there. He stayed right there. He stayed on all 10. Did we agree with him? Hell no. How he treated little mama? I couldn't stand that. I don't fuck with people like that. But what I'm trying to say is that he's in the right industry where he's supposed to be at. And guess what? The man is in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for what they've been able to build up there at the Breakfast Club. So at the end of the day, people, they not only have they been vulnerable, not only have they talked about their personal issues on live air in front of millions of people, they've been able to help people as well. He's been one of the biggest guys for behind mental health for the last few years.
And he's an author.
And he's an author. He's helped other people publish books. He just helped Dawn Staley with her book. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is at the end of the day, people change. People apologize. People, things happen. But at the end of the day, you have to. G made the best point is that knowing yourself, and so I think that's where we're gonna end at, man. I want all our audience to understand and work on being okay with yourself and knowing yourself. And G, go ahead and finish up so we can. I mean, go ahead. You go ahead and end it, brother.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that just continue to be who you are at the end of the day. So switching up and everything for likes and all that ain't healthy. It's not healthy because you want to be an authentic person.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a guy that just jump on what's hot or switching up for what's hot or what was said. Some things that's gonna come in life, you gotta bury it. You gotta have them arrows in your back. Or I'm about to quote Drake. I've been stabbed in the back so much they got me walking backwards. So that's gonna come with it. So, just bearing with it, it shows your character too. You know what I'm saying? Standing on principles, morals, and values, that's lost right now.
Yep.
And you want to be a person that just stand on it. Like he said, Charlamagne been through a lot. He been punched outside. Lil' Kim sent the goons to go do something to him. That what came with his success. He had to be struck to be successful. He had to be talked about. He had to be threatened. You know what I'm saying? And that's the things that I hope nobody go through it, but at times you might have to go through it because of the position you're in. So you ask yourself, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Hey, G, I think there's a great note. Like I said, continue to build on your integrity. Continue to build on that moral compass, guys. And what we want you at the end of the day, guys, this what this whole pod about is making the right play, man. We appreciate y'all, man, tuning in to episode 7, man. Hope y'all can learn some gems here, man. We coming back even more, even better. Episode 8, brother. So, G, appreciate you again, man. And we out, man. Making the right play podcast. See y'all later.
Peace.